understand the concept of love.
This is cool, right? It may reek of crusty purple dyed hair and Skrillex, but come on, parkour itself has always been so flashy and dangerous. I am so sure that the adrenaline from the speed and the risk probably feel great, but it takes a lot of skills and athleticism and even an environment to do so in the first place. I mean, like I said, it's also just dangerous. I mean, this gives me sweaty palms. The point is that parkour is cool and exhilarating, but pretty inaccessible, which is exactly where the consequence-free world of video games comes in. I mean, this might just be me, but in every game I play that has a run and or jump button, I always try my best to string obstacles and moves together to create some makeshift parkour course to pretty varying levels of success. In some ways, it's a completely unique and fun way to see the environment, and in others, it's a clunky, slow, dysfunctional mess. Anyway, point is, today I'm ranking video games purely of how parkourable they are. You can't talk about video games and parkour without mentioning mommy's favorite child, Itty Bitty Mirror's Edge. Just about anyone with an understanding of the controls can beat any of the stages in the game, but it'll take about 2 to 8 dog years to get a perfect time. This game was built from the ground up to convey the feeling of fast-paced parkour and succeeded wonderfully in doing so. As our golden child, she goes to Mirror's Edge tears. The Crew 2, on the other hand, listen, there are buildings and you can kind of drive from one to another in some scenarios. We are going to see worse today, okay? This is not as bad as it gets. This gets a C for cars don't belong on buildings. It does feel a little bit unfair to include a platformer, but Super Mario Odyssey provides such a beautiful toolkit of moves, I just had to bring it up. Mario can run, jump, roll, crawl, backflip, ground pound hop, wriggle, dive, hat jump, twirl, helicopter takeoff, and I'm probably missing some, and all of these go together so beautifully in combination with each other. It's just so fluid. I love it so much. Of course, it is a platformer and the worlds are designed for platforming, so there are some points removed there, but still, Mario's moveset makes up for it alone. It might be one of the best on this list. A for It's Me. Dark Souls 1. Great game. Phenomenal game even. You can't really jump. That makes parkour pretty difficult. F for fuck, man, I'm sorry. Skyrim, on the other hand, you can jump in and somehow feels fucking worse. No matter what I tried, I couldn't get on top of any buildings at all, except maybe outside of castles, and you know, the Bethesda clunk does not help at all. But unlike Dark Souls, you can jump and you do have a dash button. Not that those help. So I guess D for don't make me talk about Skyrim again. Kerbal Space Program is a spaceflight simulation game, not a parkour simulation game. That being said, you can run and jump, and there are buildings on which to run and jump off of. Problem is, the buildings are enormous compared to the Kerbals. Fortunately, the space station has set aside a budget for me to design and launch a rocket to help the Kerbals reach the top of the buildings. After weeks and weeks of rough drafts and testing, I completed my design and christened it with a name. With Valentina as our pilot and brave Jebediah Kermit as our stuntman, we have liftoff. 11,000 meters above sea level, and we eject into the second stage. Valentina pulls her chute. Jebediah is in free fall. Jebediah falls 10,000 meters before pulling his chute. After landing and showing off his base jumping skills, we quickly learn that Jebediah Kermit can run, can jump, and definitely can pilot a spacecraft. But that does not change the fact that he is about as agile as a beanbag. Still much better than the crew though. B for base jumping.
Am I the asshole for not enjoying Minecraft parkour? I, 19M, am ranking how parkour-able video games are for a YouTube video. Due to overuse within short-form slop content, I immediately skip any video that makes use of Minecraft parkour in the background.
Text-to-speech Reddit am I the arsehole out of 10. It's apparently commonly agreed upon that Assassin's Creed Unity has the best parkour in the series. And while I haven't played enough of the games to confirm nor deny that, I've played enough of this one to say that it's pretty good here, at least. The animations are flashy and fluid, and the controls are intuitive enough, and just about everything in the city can be climbed. While your character can often jump to the wrong ledge, and the game doesn't always know exactly what you're trying to do, when it does, it works really well, and it's really satisfying. A for all assassins go to heaven. Grand Theft Auto 5 and Red Dead Redemption 2 both control and feel pretty similarly, so I thought I might as well do them together. Arthur feels a lot heavier and less agile than Franklin, Trevor, or Michael, and is not as easy to just toss around. Red Dead Redemption St. Denis, however, would be absolutely fantastic for free running if it made use of Assassin's Creed Unity's systems. And of course, Los Santos has the advantage of being a big concrete city, so it has a lot of potentials for routes you could make, even if the controls are a little bit all over the place and wonky. Both get a B for box dog games, but GTA 5 gets a B+ because the ragdoll button is funny. Marvel's Spider-Man and Miles Morales both seem like they'd be perfect candidates for free running and parkour. They've both got a massive concrete playground and very, very fluid movement. But even still, the controls kind of ruin the potential for rooftop hopping in a traditional sense. See, the run button is the same as the parkour button, which is the same as the swing button. So basically, Spider-Man doesn't usually do what you want to do if you're trying to do some kind of parkour route, because he'll often automatically go into a swing, because of course this game is designed to keep you off the ground. That's not the game's fault, that's just me playing it wrong. But even then, it's still better than most of everything on this list. It easily goes in A for am I ever going to afford a PS5? Death Stranding is a game that was never meant to be played this way. You'd think after chugging monster energy and pissing all over the place, Norma Jeepers would be able to move a little bit smoother. I guess not. This just sucks. Don't play the game like this, don't ruin it for yourself. Just F. F for funky looking baby. Cyberpunk 2077's Night City inspired parkour the moment I first entered it. And it was kind of a bummer that it didn't work because the city looked so perfect for it. But as I progressed in the game, I unlocked double jumping mods for my legs. In the game, not my real legs are fine. And like almost every game on this list, it was not designed to be played this way. But I think Cyberpunk 2077 is the closest to getting it right by accident, I guess. I don't know, maybe it was on purpose, but if you just took Faith from Mirror's Edge and put her in Night City, it would be an amazing game, I think. Easy A for the Afterlife. Fall Guys, I guess if you count the contestants on Wipeout as free runners, sure. B for Big Red Balls. Subway Surfers, I guess that makes sense. 7 out of 10? No. Anyway, that was my collection of mostly non-parkour games and how I forced them to kind of be parkour games. If you do this with any that I didn't mention, let me know. Or don't. Quite frankly, I don't care. Hey everyone, editor's note. Before anyone asks what software I used to do the animations in this video, I did it by hand on pen and paper. This is the one for Mario. And I just took photos of them with my phone, and then I just cropped them all on my phone and then exported to the computer. Whatever. I don't know if it was worth it in the end. I mean, this is the one I did for Spider-Man. These all took so fucking long. Like each page took like at least an hour, and then obviously you have to take photos of all of them, line up the photos that it's easy to like get into the project, and then sync it up and everything. Just wanted to put that out there. It took way too long, and I don't know if it was worth it at all, but it's done now. Anyway, thanks for watching.
The jack-o'-lantern. The chocolate ice.
This woman is so full of fucking shit. Does anybody believe that this is the first time that Lizzo has dunked Oreo cookies in the fucking
God motherfucking damn.
Embarrassing!